Hello, children. How are you today? It's me, Kavya, your physics teacher. In today's session, we shall start with first chapter in physics, that is describing motion. A poet named N.R. Hiremat wrote a poem in which he beautifully describes the conversation between the child and the mother, which shows the innocence of a child. In Kannada, the poem is like ಚಂದ್ರನು ಏಕೆ ಓಡುವನಮ್ಮ ಮೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆದರಿದನೆ. The child questions the mother like this since the child is watching the night sky and it observes that the clouds are passing over the moon. The child feels that the moon is running away from the clouds as it is afraid of it. Not only in the view of child, but we all have experienced it, right? The same experience can be felt between the person standing on the platform of a railway station and a person sitting inside a moving train. For the person standing on the platform, the train and the person sitting inside the train both appear to be in the state of motion. But for the person sitting inside the train which is moving, he feels that the people standing on the platform are moving backwards and the train is in the state of rest. From these examples, we understand that motion is relative. Hence, we can say that an object is said to be in motion if its position changes with time, with reference to a fixed frame. So you all have studied in your lower classes that any body or any object is said to be in motion if its position is changing with respect to time. And here we say with respect to or with reference to a fixed frame. To understand this concept of a fixed frame, we just recall the example which you just now studied, that is a person standing on the platform and for the person sitting inside the moving train. For the person standing on the platform, that is his frame of reference, but for the person sitting inside the train, the moving train itself is his frame of reference. You study about this frame in detail in your higher classes. In your lower classes, you have studied about the distance and displacement. You observe the pitch figure on the slide. You see the labelings AB, which is a straight line, and ACDB is the curved line or the curved path. If at all we recall the definition, the displacement is the shortest distance covered by the object, whereas distance is the total distance covered by the body or an object. If you observe the figure, here AB is the displacement, which is the shortest distance. The actual path length ACDB is called the distance. The SI unit of both these physical quantities, distance and displacement, is meter. Distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. What are these scalars and vector? A scalar is a physical quantity. What do you mean by this physical quantity? Any quantity which can be measured is called a physical quantity. So, a scalar quantity is a physical quantity which has only magnitude. What is this magnitude? Magnitude is some value. Here we are talking about the distance. So let me consider the unit meter, kilometer. So for example, if I say 2 kilometer, 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, here 2, 5, 10 are the magnitudes. If we consider the weight of the object, which is measured in terms of kg, we can say 100 kgs, 150 kgs, the numbers 100, 150, all these are the magnitudes. Hope you have understood. So, distance is a scalar quantity, means Displacement is a vector quantity. What is a vector quantity? Just now we studied a scalar quantity is a physical quantity which has only magnitude. Vector quantity is also a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction. So just now we studied the definition of a distance. It is the actual path length is called the distance. Means here ACDB is the path covered by an object to reach from point A to point B. But this ACDB is not a fixed path. You can label some one more point, maybe E or F, and you can go in that path and finally reach B. So it does not have a fixed distance. Yes, so we say distance, and but you can tell how much distance you covered. Maybe you might have covered 3 kilometer, or maybe 5 kilometer, or 15 kilometer, like that it goes. So a distance is a scalar quantity. But displacement is a vector quantity, which means it has both magnitude as well as direction. So to understand this, let us consider again the definition of the displacement itself. It is the shortest distance covered by an object. Means again it has the magnitude, maybe 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer, like that it has magnitude, as well as one direction. The direction is fixed here. The path is fixed here. Hence, distance is a scalar quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity. To understand in a better way, let us consider two more examples. Look at the figure. In a figure in which you have a triangle ABC. Here the length AB is 3 meter, BC is 4 meter and AC is 5 meter. The task here is the object has to travel from A to C. To do this, there are two options in front of you. Either you can travel from A directly to C, or you can choose the path AB and again from B to C. So hence, in this question, if I ask you what are the distance and the displacement, then it is very simple. Yes, no? The total distance is AB plus BC, which is 3 meter plus 4 meter, which is equal to 7 meters. Displacement is the shortest distance covered, that is AC, which is 5 meter. Similarly, in the second figure, you can observe the circle there, and AB there is the diameter of the circle. Let us consider an object moves from A to B in a circular path, and the radius of the circle is 7 meter. Here also the task is to find out what is the displacement and the distance travelled by the body. So displacement is nothing but the diameter. Why? Either here also there are two options for the body to move. Either it can travel through the circular path, start from A and reach B, or directly the body can pass through the center of the circle and reach the point B. So the displacement, the shortest distance is nothing but the diameter of the circle here. So you all know that diameter is twice the radius, 2 times the radius. So here you can observe on the screen that 2 into 7. I have multiplied the radius by 2, which gives me 14 meter. 2 sevens are 14. Similarly, to calculate the distance travelled, you have studied the formula for the circumference of the circle. That is half into 2 pi r. Circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. Here we have multiplied with circumference with half. Do you know why? Because the object or the body to travel from A and in the circular path and reach the point B, it is traveling only half the circle. Hence, if you consider the complete circle, then it is the total circumference. But here, the object is moving only half part of the circle, and that is the reason we have multiplied half into circumference. So you all know formula for circumference is 2 pi r. Half into 2 into pi into r. So let us substitute and multiply. Half into 2 into pi is constant. You know it is 22 by 7 into r. Radius is 7 meter. So when you simplify this, you get 22 meter. So this is about the distance and the displacement of the body with examples. Hope you are clear with it. In the next class, we shall discuss about the speed and velocity of a body. Till then, have a good day. Take care. Thank you.